Because once you surrender, you're willing to do all of the stuff that it truly takes to get free. Today, the talk that I'm going to give is on the power of surrender. It's the very first step in recovery from addiction. So if you are not addicted to anything today, this talk will still be valuable for you because you can share it with someone who might be. You can share it to someone who wants to let go of something that's no longer serving them. You guys, it's so counterintuitive to give up as a human being, right? We strive to go and never give up and never give up. And that's what I'm all about, especially because I used to be such a quitter when I was growing up. Oh my God. You guys, I quit everything to share on a personal level. Growing up until I got clean and sober, I gave up in every way possible. Everything that was difficult, I quit. I wanted to be a basketball player, I quit. I wanted to be a rapper, I quit. I wanted to be a doctor, I quit. Anything that was difficult, I quit. Somebody took my spot in the basketball team, I'll just give up and take my ball and play somewhere else. You guys, that was who I was growing up. And fortunately, as I've gotten older and wiser, I've gotten stronger and more capable emotionally, spiritually, clean and sober, so that I can do what it takes to go. But the way I was able to get there is this. I was able to surrender. The first step in addiction recovery, surrender to the fact that I was addicted to something that was more powerful than me. It's a big deal. And you guys might be thinking, Yancy, why surrender? Why surrender when you always tell us never to give up? Let me back up a little bit and let you guys know the reason why I tell you guys never give up, and the reason why people say don't give up, is because people quit too easily. People just give up. I'm knowing from myself, people just give up before their miracle has a chance to occur. People just give up way too easily. That's why I say don't quit. That's why I say don't give up. You have a dream, somebody knocks you or tells you that it can't be done. Oh, you give up. So you work toward you have an audition and you don't get 10 auditions in a row or 20 or 30. Oh, you give up on your dream of being an actor or an actress. Forget all that mess. People just flat out give up too easily. That's why I say that. There's a saying in Alcoholics Anonymous, don't quit 5 minutes before your miracle. And what they mean is, if you're sober and you want to give up and drink or use, don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle. So that's why I say don't give up. But there are times and places for giving up. And there's certainly one. Surrender when you are addicted. When you can't stop a behavior that is screwing up your life. That is the time. That is the time to surrender. Hey, I surrender. I realize that this thing is beating my life up. This thing is kicking my ass. It's time for me to surrender and let go. That first cornerstone step is what sets the foundation for recovery. You guys, Alcoholics Anonymous has been around for almost 100 years now. Not quite, but over 80 years. But over 100 years before Alcoholics Anonymous, there was something called the Oxford Group, even many hundred years before that took some of the steps of Alcoholics Anonymous that Alcoholics Anonymous took from this group, this Oxford Group, to use to get clear of alcoholism, to get clear of drug addiction. And one of the cornerstones, one of the things that they figured out is that admitting powerlessness over an addiction is a cornerstone to freedom for it. I don't know everything about this group. It could have been something that was not good in so many ways, but that is one thing that it gave and taught that was so valuable. So what is the definition of surrender? If you remember my talk from a couple weeks ago, I said sometimes when you don't know what something is, you should probably look it up and see what it actually means. When you don't know what something is, look it up. You guys, the actual definition of surrender is to yield something to the possession or power of another. The definition of surrender is to yield something to the possession or power of another. Why would we surrender to addiction, you guys? Why should we surrender? The reason we should surrender is connected to your ego. The reason we should surrender is connected to your ego. If you are stuck in a cycle of addiction where there is a behavior, it doesn't have to be drugs and alcohol. It can be anything. It can be a relationship with someone that is so detrimental to you. It can be a relationship to food or sex or social media, any of those things. If you are addicted to something, but you're still surviving, the ego is going to make sure that you stay stuck in that behavior. Why does the ego make sure that you're stuck in that behavior? Just so you guys know, the ego has been growing and it's just been becoming more and more a part of the human existence for literally 200,000 years. It has a 200,000 year head start on you guys. The ego is very powerful. You guys, it has been evolving and evolving and evolving, and its only job is to make sure that you stay alive. The ego's job is not to make sure that you're happy. It's not to make sure that you're fulfilled and your life is getting better. Your ego's job is to make sure that you're alive. And what it says is, even though you are stuck in this cycle of addiction, you do this thing and you feel horrible, your life gets bad. You feel good for a second, you're like, let me try again, and then you get stuck in this addiction. You feel bad about yourself. You're in this awful cycle. But you know what the ego says? Hey, you've been stuck in this cycle for months or years, but you're still alive. So keep going. The ego is afraid. It is scared to death of change, you guys. Ego is scared to death of change. So it says, you know what? Your life sucks, but you're alive, so keep going. And if you try to leave that behavior, what happens? The ego, if you guys do not surrender, if you don't surrender and go, you know what? This is destroying my life. This is obliterating my life. This is crushing me. I have to let this thing go. If you don't surrender, your ego is going to come up with reason after reason after reason why this addictive behavior is okay and why you can stay in it and why you can keep doing it. The thing that'll make the ego stop is when you just say, I give up. This thing rules me right now. For whatever reason, I don't have control and this thing is dominating my life. I surrender. It sets the cornerstone. It sets the cornerstone, and it all of a sudden gives you a power that you didn't have before. Because once you surrender, you're willing to do all of the stuff that it truly takes to get free. If you don't surrender, you're going to try again in a different way with that addiction. You're going to try again in a different way with that person. You're going to try again in a different way with something that makes you feel awful about yourself. If you don't surrender, once you surrender, everything flips, because once you realize, okay, I give up, this thing rules me, you are then willing to do all of the really hard work that it takes to get free. Surrender is the cornerstone. Okay, the cornerstone is the most important stone in the building of any structure. The cornerstone is the most important and strongest piece of the foundation. And in this case, the cornerstone is surrender. Then you can build the rest. Because if you know you're beat, you're not even going to try again. If you give up and you know that this thing does not work for you, you're not going to try again. If you really surrender. If you really say, you know what, drugs and alcohol, they just don't work for me. If you really surrender, you'll do all of the other work that it really takes to get free. So you're not giving up on something good. You're not giving up on a goal. You're not giving up on a task. You're just surrendering to a fact. You're surrendering to a fact that bad things are not good for you. You know, you're surrendering to something very simple. You're surrendering to the fact that you're addicted. And you guys, like I shared a couple weeks back or a few weeks back, being addicted is not a bad thing at all. Knowing that you're addicted, the knowledge of this is the most freeing thing in the world, you guys, because you can finally work that first step and get free. And there'll be plenty of room not to give up in the future, because you're going to be living this new healthy lifestyle. And the part of you that wants to give up, the part of you that wants to go back to the old way, you're going to have plenty of room to never give up, never surrender, and go forward. Just surrender this little thing so that you can have all of the rest, you guys. And you want to know the best thing about ego? Remember what I told you about how it doesn't want you to change, how it's more afraid of change than anything else? Here's the beautiful thing about ego, you guys. Once you're living a healthy and happy lifestyle, it's not going to want you to change that either. All of a sudden, your ego is going to be helping you. You guys, I have been clean and sober for over 22 years. And right now, the concept of going back to drugs and alcohol, my ego is like, are you effing crazy, dude? Would you ever go back to that? Your life is amazing right now. You're able to help people every single day. People contact you every single day from all over the planet and go, dude, do you know how much you helped me? I get crazy DMs, calls from friends, texts. I get everything. We're so grateful, Yancy, that you saw the good in us. That was a text from last week that meant so much to me. You guys, my ego is now going, dude, would you ever go back to that crazy old mess? Ego can be your friend, but you just got to get to the other side, you guys, okay? I asked somebody to send me questions about surrender, and I was getting all of these things, but I wanted something that was a particular teaching point. And one of the questions, or one of the statements was, the thing that's difficult about surrender is accepting that what you think you want will never be. Okay, this person said, accepting that what you think you want will never be is so hard. And that's what's so difficult about surrender. I'm going to speak to that and say a couple of things, you guys. The first thing that I'm going to say is something that I've always been teaching you guys, and what I always teach to myself. You guys, is this: the universe has your back. The universe has your back, you guys. You guys, how many times can you think about something that you really wanted? Something that you wanted in your guts, maybe a person, maybe a relationship, something that you really wanted, a job, something that you had that you really wanted, that you didn't get or wasn't able to succeed. And now you are able to look back years later and go, oh my God, thank God that that thing didn't work out for me. Think of all of the things that you wanted so bad at one point in your life that you don't have now. And you're like, thank God that that thing did not work for me. You guys, the universe has your back. Sometimes you just gotta let go. And you will see in the future that thing that you wanted so badly, you guys, you're free of. You're like, thank God that that thing didn't happen for me. You guys, there's this statement that someone says. It's an anonymous statement, I think, because it's an old one. Or if somebody said it that I can't. I think it's a Joel Osteen quote. Don't put a question mark where God put a period. You guys, don't put a question mark where God put a period. If that thing does not work for you, if that person does not serve you, if that behavior does not work for you, let it be done. Let it be over. Don't put a question mark there. It doesn't work for you. It does not serve you, you guys. It was my experience. This is me telling you guys something personal. I found out that I was addicted to drugs and alcohol at about age 19. And I knew it. It wasn't a question. My behavior was drugs and alcohol every single day. Do you guys know that I finally got sober at age 26? Now, it's a beautiful thing to get clean and sober young at age 26. The problem was I knew that I was addicted at age 19. So I spent 7 years in this awfully brutal cycle where I was so suicidal by the end. My life was a disaster. It was a dumpster fire, you guys. You guys, don't do that to yourself. If you know that something doesn't serve you, realize that you're addicted to it and let it go now. You don't have to wait 7 years. You don't have to be in a meat grinder of life, knowing that your life is in a terrible place. You guys, I did it for 6, 7 years. And now that I've been clean and sober for 22 years, and I've had some of the happiest and best times of my life and been able to work with people and help them. You guys, it's what makes me the best addiction recovery coach, the best life coach in the business, you guys. Sorry to toot my own horn, but I got to. It's because I'm telling you, I've been through this stuff. I've been through death's door, hell's cycle. and on the other side of it. And I've helped people get to the other side of it. That's how I know, you guys. You don't have to do that. You don't have to wait 7 years or 10 years or 20 years or 10 months or a month or a day. Now that you know something doesn't serve you, let it go. Surrender. I know this thing is addictive to me, and I know that it doesn't work for me. I let it go. I place the cornerstone of my foundation today so that I can now do the work to get free. If you know you're addicted, you'll let it go. You can do the hard work now that's about to come, that I'm going to put you through if you work with me as a coach, or that somebody else will put you through, or Alcoholics Anonymous, or Narcotics Anonymous, or Overeaters Anonymous, or Gamblers Anonymous will put you through, or a certain set of curriculum, massive curriculum, to make you have your life be 1,000 times better than it is today. You're willing to do the hard work because the foundation is set, you guys. So that's the piece on surrender. I have a second thing. I was talking to a friend earlier this week, about a week ago, and I was thinking about something. There's a beautiful song, you guys, that written by Don Henley from the Eagles. It's called A New York Minute, right? And the chorus of this song goes, in a New York minute, everything can change. And people think about that phrase, a New York minute. New York is a very fast-paced city. And a New York minute means something happens right away. You guys, in a New York minute, everything can change. When you think about that, what do you think about? Usually, people think about it in a very negative way. People think in a New York minute, everything can change. In a New York minute, something really bad can happen that changes my entire life. In a New York minute, I can get sick and the rest of my life is destroyed. In a New York minute, my kid can get into an accident and it's over. My life has changed terribly for the bad. When people think about in a New York minute, everything can change, they think about things negatively. But I was thinking about my life, you guys, and I was talking with a very good friend of mine. And you know what? In a New York minute, everything can change in a positive direction too. Do you guys know that? In a New York minute, your life can change in the most positive way that you never dreamed of. You guys, it can work positively as well. I am imploring you guys to live in a state of positive expectancy. Again, I am imploring you guys to live in a state of positive expectancy. You guys, in a New York minute, everything can change in a positive way, you guys. In a New York minute, you guys are master manifestors. I say it all the time. You guys are master manifestors, and you have created your life just as it is right now. Think about positive things happening. You guys, every single day, I always think, dude, what massive positive thing is going to happen to me today? You guys, when I pray in the morning, you know what I often pray in the morning? I pray in the morning, Lord, let this day be the greatest day of my entire life today. Almost every single day I pray that. You guys, you know how many thousands of days I have lived? I have lived thousands and thousands of days, and I pray, you know what, Lord? Let this day be the best day that I have ever had. You guys, that's positive expectancy. You guys know that you're manifestors. You know that you're masters of manifestation. What you think about becomes reality. What you focus on occurs for you, you guys. And I expect good things to happen to me, and they happen all the time. Good things happen to me all the time, you guys. In a New York minute, you can get the best break of your entire life. You guys, in a New York minute, you can find the love of your life. Yes, in a New York minute, your relationship can be fully restored, you guys. In a New York minute, you can heal from something that has ailed you for your entire life. You guys, in a New York minute, you can get sober. In a New York minute, you can get the job you always dreamed of, you guys. You guys, in a New York minute, you can have an idea that changes the rest of your life. Yes, you guys, in a New York minute, everything can change. And that's in a positive way, not in a negative way. In a New York minute, your life can be miraculous, you guys. So many things have happened to me in my life, you guys. So many incredible things that came out of nowhere. You guys, I'm having some great things happen right now, you guys. in my life, in my business, in my friendships, in my relationships. You guys, I am having things happen that came out of nowhere. You guys, in a New York minute, everything can change. So what I'm telling you to do today is make a decision today, a decision that you are going to live in a state of positive expectancy. And if you live in a state of positive expectancy, great things will come to pass for you. I guarantee it, you guys. So now I'm going to put you through a beautiful guided meditation for living with a positive expectancy, living in a positive expectancy and having good things happen for you, getting in the flow and letting good things happen for you guys. What I want you to do is, if you're not driving and you're in a place where you can get quiet, close your eyes and join me in this meditation. If you're driving, listen to me in this meditative state, but pay attention to the road, okay? If you're doing anything that requires focus, please do that and do this meditation later. But for now, you guys, what I want you to do is close your eyes and breathe. Breathe from your belly. A nice belly breath, you guys, is the signal to your body, your mind, your psyche that everything is okay. Because it is. In this moment, everything is well. Breathe from your belly, and with your eyes closed, look between your eyebrows and just above them in your third eye. Your seat of intuition, your seat of spirituality, your seat of God, of your highest self, all the same. I'm going to count you guys now from 3 to 0. And when you get to 0, you are going to be at your perfect place of meditation for this day. 3. Let thoughts come and go. Let them pass right through. 2. In meditation, you're not trying to get rid of thoughts at all. You're just letting them come and go. You're not even holding on to them. Just let them be whatever they are. 1. Continuing to breathe, continuing to look at that third eye with your eyes closed. And 0. Universe, we are so grateful to be at our perfect place of meditation for this day. Universe, we are so grateful to be manifestors, masters of manifestation, and capable of creating everything that we desire. And universe, today we choose from this moment forward to live in a state of positive expectancy. Universe, we are so grateful that this is the day. We are so grateful that we expect this to be the greatest day of our entire lives. We are so grateful, Lord, that we know, we are so grateful, highest self, today, that we know that in a New York minute, everything can change. Universe, we are so grateful, and we expect good things, good news, good breaks, the best of things that happen, that set our lives on a trajectory of good that never could have occurred without our connection with you. And we say thank you that now is the time that we let go and we surrender and let go of every single thing that does not serve us anymore. Today is the day. We live in positive expectancy from this moment going forward. We allow these words to be set in our soul today. we allow these words to be set in our soul today, that from this moment forward, we live in positive expectancy. I'm going to count you guys up from 0 to 3 now. Continue to breathe from your belly. Continue to look at that third eye with your eyes closed. And when we get to 3, you guys, every single piece of this meditation that you're supposed to carry forward with you, you will carry forward, and you will not have to think about it. It will be set in you. 0. 1. 2. Continuing to breathe, continuing to connect with your seat of intuition, your seat of the soul, your seat of being in peace. And 3. Open your eyes, guys. Everything that you are supposed to get from that meditation is yours now and forever. But you can always come back and get quiet and get into this piece of meditation. You guys, when it comes to addiction recovery coaching, when it comes to life coaching, this is my world. Connecting with you and helping you be the best person that you can possibly be. It's my entire life. You guys, you are my why. You are my why. Helping you be better is every single thing that I live for. Go to yancyberry.com and get linked up into one of these coaching sessions. Get linked up. Schedule it now. Let's go and make your life everything that it can be. You guys, go to yancyberry.com. The resources are there. Do you want to get better? Go to yancyberry.com. And it doesn't have to be because your life is bad. Do you guys know that the most successful people in the world use coaches? Why? Because they want better results faster. Do what successful people do. Success leaves clues, you guys. You're welcome for this meditation. Come back to it anytime. Anytime you want to live in a state of positive expectancy, come back to it. It's right here, you guys. And remember, same bat time, same bat channel. Next week, Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific, we're going to have another great talk, another rocket launcher talk to make your life everything that it can be. Thank you guys for being here with me today. Thank you for this opportunity to communicate and share. All the blessings in the world, you guys. In a New York minute, everything can change for the better. Expect it, and it will happen for you. Be well.